me.
There you go. Somebody always has issues with their mic. I don't understand. What's going on? So, hey, what's good, people? Someone wrote me a question, and I figured I was going to answer it here, and I'll get Elle to help me out a little bit. They asked me, what were my thoughts on dating someone with an addiction? I mean, so your first thought is what, Elle?
No.
I second that. And that's just more of a shallow response, and then we start thinking about it. So let's kind of put a scenario out. You're dating someone. Let's say let's hit the 5-month mark. We're 5 months in. We're dating. Things are going good. And then they reveal to you that they're addicted to, let's say, some type of drug outside of marijuana. Something a little harder. They're addicted to a drug.
Okay.
What happens? Pay attention.
I don't know what happens, but I know what stopped happening.
You said we can't be friends anymore? We can't be friends.
We're not going to be close friends. Let me say that.
Gotcha.
But basically, a conversation happens at that point. I need to know what it is that you want at this point.
It would be the drug, sound like. I'm sorry.
If your goal moving forward is to stay on the drugs, for whatever reason, because you think that you have it under control, yada yada yada, I bid you adieu.
Okay.
We gotta part ways.
I mean, they're like, hey, look, I just do a line every now and then.
Well, no, we're not. No, you do your line with somebody else. Cause I'm about to draw a line that you can't cross.
Woo!
We need to be a little bit more serious.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it would be tough because knowing that that's a problem coming in.
Absolutely.
That's tough. How can I bring that around knowing that could go left so quick?
Yeah.
I don't know you well enough to know if you can, and if you're currently fighting this, I'm sorry, I can't join the fight.
I can't.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, being someone who has had addiction in their family, like I've had people in my family who has been addicted. There's nothing I can do personally is going to help you out. Gotcha. I know this.
Gotcha.
I already know this. So if the goal for you is not for you to change, there's nothing else for us to talk about. I can't save you. There's nothing else for me to. I know that there is nothing I'm going to be able to say, do, give you that's going to change this situation. I also know that this situation is going to get worse, whether you believe that to be true or not.
Gotcha. So does it change at all if you look at it in the lens that say they were a year clean, they've been a year clean, but they're just expressing to you like I was addicted to whatever hard drug it was, but I've been clean for a year. Does that change anything at all?
It does. I will be more willing to work with you and possibly be able to see a future if I know that you've conquered 1 year without slipping up or anything like that. This already lets me know that you want to change and you've been consistent for at least a year. Gotcha. I would treat you with kid gloves, but I could see moving forward depending on how we go about things. Gotcha. But there will be a lot of conversations on, triggers, things like that. So I know what I'm getting myself into. I don't want to get into something with somebody and say, oh, let's go out here, knowing that could trigger your response to start using again, or putting you in a situation that is going to start using again. And if it's something that I love to do, that triggers you, now I have to choose, because if bars is your thing,
Gotcha.
and I go out to the bars and I chill, there's not, like, I don't have that problem. Now I need to see if I'm willing to alter my life and how I move for this relationship.
So for me, I don't think I could participate. I don't know enough about addiction, but I do know that relapse happens. Like I said, I don't know what triggers could happen. I know what stress could happen. It could run you back to it. That wouldn't be something that I just would want to, kind of involve myself in the beginning knowing.
Right.
And even if, if we were dating for 6 months and they were like, I've been clean for a year.
Well, no, wait. You're telling me that you've been clean? See, I took the question wrong.
Yeah. There you go.
I took the question wrong. I thought you already got a year in.
Yeah, no.
Not a year, not 6 months, and then the other 4 months or whatever we've been talking. No, that's very, very different.
So if they did a year and you met them,
a year plus.
Got you, and then you met them. See, like I said, if I learned that information, I still just, not that it's anything wrong. I just don't think again, with not knowing enough about it and triggers, it will be something that I think ideal is enough to go on in a relationship already. And knowing this could be an issue, especially by having a child, I know it wouldn't be something knowingly that I would want to get involved in, right?
Yeah.
It's no disrespect to anyone that may have struggled or whatever.
Absolutely.
It's just that, it's my ignorance, not knowing what it is to be addicted or addiction looks like.
Yeah.
But I know relapse is something that happens, and I know that you may think you're strong enough, or you may be strong enough. I just don't want to be in a position that you do fail. I'd rather not invest in that. That's just me at this point in my life.
Oh, what? So you're saying you don't want to be the reason that they fell?
No.
Kinda?
Meaning you could fail for any reason. I don't think I could be a reason. You can make it me be the reason. I'm smoking because you came home late. Okay, no, you smoke because you want to smoke.
Right. That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, I just don't want to be because I know things happen and I don't know what could run you back to it. If anything,
got you.
I just don't want to be in a position knowing that that's on the table.
Gotcha.
I think certain things that they're non-negotiables. Certain things like that just don't, for me, as a person who doesn't smoke or never smoked, never drank, never did anything, that would just be something that I know would be an issue. Like I have an issue if you smoke, like you smoke cigarettes, you know what I mean? Like if you're like, I used to smoke cigarettes and I'm like, I'm good. I don't even want that, you know what I mean?
Wow, yeah.
So, so I definitely wouldn't want anything where drugs can come in play, because that could just run, that could trickle down crazy in a relationship. That can really, and then like I said, I have a child involved, so that wouldn't be something knowingly that I would get into. Now, if you hit it, it'd be different. And then when I find out, then we're done because you lied. Deuces. So it's not really, and again, addiction is a terrible thing, and I know people can fight it and things of that nature. It's just such a world that I'm not from, that I just wouldn't want to, knowingly go into that world.
Absolutely.
Now, if it was like 5 years, like, I used to do something, 5 years ago, I may be more inclined to pass it at that point, because you got 5 years in. At that point, you could be on pretty solid ground, right? So I think that I may be able to, stomach a lot more, but 1, 2 years, maybe 3 years, nah, I'm not good. You gotta be pushing 4 or 5. For me, like I said, I don't know enough about it. So I would have to know that you have lived a substantial amount of time
away from
it. And I'm not talking about in this 5 years you relapsed a couple times and you got back on it. Nah, because we're done. I'm good. I need a whole 5 years you didn't touch it. Didn't think about it. Well, you might have thought about it, but didn't touch it. You fought those urges.
Yeah.
And that's just me. So that's my take on it. How about you, Elle? 5 years?
5 years is fine. Absolutely. 5 years, I can rock with 5 years.
How about in that 5 years, they did have some relapses?
I don't know. I don't know. Not to have a serious relationship with you, because no. Like I said, no. Because I see another side.
Right,
I know what
right,
that side
right,
looks
right,
like,
right, right.
and I don't want to deal with that.
Gotcha.
I don't
And
want to deal with that.
no disrespect to anyone.
No
who's
disrespect. And
in
if you are
rehab
out
or
there,
recovering,
right,
hey, keep that fight up and
keep
all
up,
respect for it.
mad respect.
Yes, all respect.
And if you are someone who's struggling or looking, please get help.
Gotcha.
If you know somebody, get them help.
All right, and you'll see we're going to put the names, the numbers to places you can go to if you are looking for help, addiction and things of that nature.
In the description below.
There we go. So, hey, let us know what you think. Leave a comment. Would you date somebody who had addiction? Let us know. Maybe you feel different than us.